Alright, what is up everyone? We are on site here at a commercial parking lot. There is nobody here. As you can see, we got one car over here and one of the shop trucks in the corner, but we're going to be talking about how to address a parking lot for snow plowing when you pull in, whether this be the first time you're plowing it and you've never seen the lot before, or you're coming up to it in this fall and judging the lot, etc. How to know where to push the snow and what's going to be the best for it, because if you get a lot of snow like we usually do in Minnesota, when you're pushing snow from one side of a huge lot like this to the other side of the lot, you want to make sure you're putting the snow in the right area. There's a lot of different things to look at, so we're just going to address some of those in this video today. So if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Check out our other videos in the channel. If you've been following me, you would realize, or you've seen this lot a few times and you know how we plow it. So for you guys, we're just going to kind of talk about why we do it the way we do it. We've obviously got no one here, so I figured this would be an ideal time to do it. But basically, we've been plowing this lot for probably 5-6 years, something like that. I've been plowing it for the last 3 to 4, something like that. So first, when we come in, you can see over here where we came in was the road over here. Basically, when I started at the road, because of the way this lot works, I push all the snow off to one side and then I push it in and I just let it sit over there. After I get the road in cleared, I come over to this section here and I start pushing the snow all this way. The reason I do that is because we have the building up here with sidewalks going along here, and this is why it's good to come to a site in the fall to be able to address it and look at everything where it is, and also put up markers like we've done in all the corners, which are now buried with snow, but once you get a few snowfalls on it and you get some snow pushed up there, you know where the curbs and everything is anyways. So basically, we're pushing all the snow this way, coming in here, swinging up against the curb, pushing right against the curb. We do not have to worry about shoveling this site. The employees do it themselves. But basically, then I just start windrowing this out this way, and you can see we windrowed along that whole edge there, and then we push everything else up in there. So one thing to think about here, which we try not to do too much of, but like I said, if you've been following me, you realize the last 2 videos ago, we had 12 inches, 14 inches of snow, and we had to find places to put it, because the time before that, all the snow like melted and then refroze and it was just icy as heck. So you can see we've got a fire hydrant here. Technically that should be shoveled around, but like I said, we don't shovel the site and we're not responsible for that. Pushing snow up against these is probably not a good idea. Looks like it happened one of the last times someone was doing it. I know I'm guilty of it. I pushed a little bit up here, but ideally you don't want to push snow up against these. Like you can see here, they've got doors on them, so if they got to open this for whatever reason, all the snow is going to have to be moved, which realistically isn't that hard. I think what I'm going to do this time is take my blade in and hook this stuff and push it all up there. So that, or do vice versa, take it all that way and push it out over there. So ideally, do not push any snow up against stuff like that. Do not push snow up against signs. Also, it's best not to push snow towards the building, especially if there's a basement. This building has no basement, so we don't really have to worry about it here. But if you're doing residential homes, things like that, you don't want to have to worry about pushing snow up against it, and then spring comes, it melts, and then the water seeps into the basement. So pushing snow against buildings is in general a bad idea, but if it doesn't have a basement, you're kind of safe to do so. Basically, yeah, so we keep pushing all the snow this way over here. Once I get that done, I come over here and all this snow has been pushed over to the side and this whole area is clear. What I'll do then is open up this spot here, just push this snow out into here, and while I'm doing that, I'll come just like I'm walking right now with the truck, and just like I did over there, I'll put my blade up against this curb here, and there's a sidewalk, and I'll just make a pass through there, windrowing everything out this way, and then I'll keep doing that a couple of times until I get to about this curb over here. And then what I'll do is just go back and forth, back up to this corner, and then push the snow off that way. pushing all the snow for this lot to that direction. Now when we came out here in the fall, met with the owners of the place, property managers, etc. They wanted all the snow over there because it's not parking lot, it's just grass. So that's the best place for it. So we try to put all the snow over there. Some of it does get pushed up on these curbs and stuff, which whatever, it's not a big deal. We try to keep as minimal on there as possible. But looks like we've got this is a shop truck that's always there. That car over there, not sure why it's there. But once we get all that done, and basically I start up there and just start working my way over here. Once I get up to here, back drag this loading bay here, and then I back drag all these loading bays, everything up against the shop on this side. Basically I get all the back dragging done first, and then once it's all back drug out to about here somewhere, I'll turn the truck around and start pushing it all that way, starting on this side, working my way over, and then starting against the building over there, putting the plow up against the building and pushing it all that way. So basically, this is a pretty simple lot to do. This is one of the more simple ones. Because it's not a retail store, we don't have to worry about a lot of things most people have to worry about. Thankfully, like putting the snow into one big pile in certain areas, certain corners, clearing out like shopping cart carousels, things like that. So this is a pretty straightforward lot, but a couple of things you just want to think about is check every site in the fall, obviously. Mark the corners, mark curbs, things like that. Don't push snow against buildings, generally a bad rule. And make sure you talk with the property manager of the company or the owner of the company. Ask them where they want the snow to be pushed, what's the best option. And then from there, it's just pretty much common sense, pushing snow in the most efficient manner where you have to make as little moves as possible. That way being the most efficient, spending the least amount of time here, and making it most efficient for the owner and yourself. So it's a pretty simple lot. Here is the drive-in. Like I was saying, I got all that done. You can see I pushed it all in, and what I did here was I just picked a side, which is this side, and I pushed it all that way, because you can see now as the snow's coming down, the wind comes across this way and it'll tend to drift over on this side, so I want as little snow as possible on that side. So once I push it to this side, the wind will blow it that way and drift it that way off the road. So that's another thing to think about, is which way does the wind predominantly come out of for drifting and things like that. So that's why we try to push all the snow that way, except for over here, which when there's always cars parked here and we got trees, wind is not as big of a factor. So that's it. Pretty simple for this lot. If you guys got any questions or you have any comments you think I could do something different that'd work a lot better, obviously pushing snow against those power boxes over there and that fire hydrant, I'm gonna try to correct right now. So thanks for watching, you guys. Like the video if this helped you out. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of plowing videos up, and always making more as we go here and we get more plowing done. It is cold, so I am jumping back in the truck to finish plowing. Thanks for watching, guys. Alright guys, one more thing I wanted to mention. This is more on like the business side of getting the contract for plowing, but when it comes to commercial lots like this where it isn't retail, where customers just come and go as they please, where they have like shifts and crews that come in, park here, work all day and then leave, a good thing to do is talk to the property manager, the owner of the company, whoever you're dealing with. Ask them if they're allowed to go in and ask the guys, you know, depending on hours of the day, like at night, if this were a weeknight, they'd have a shift running through the night. I would go in there then and tell all these cars, once I get that front parking lot done, hey, can you guys move your cars to the front? They'll all come out here, move the cars to the front, I'll clean up this lot and then head out, and then they'll, you know, whatever, leave from there. Basically this helps because I don't have to come back again and try to hit it right between a shift change or hit it on the weekend to get the whole lot clear. I can get the whole lot clear the night it snows, and that's best for the company and it's best for us because we don't have to come back multiple times. So that's one thing to think about when you're working in the deal with the property owner, the property manager, etc., whatever. So just some other food for thought there.